my name is Nancy Brown. I'm the Community Preparedness Program Manager for Sonoma County's Department of Emergency Management, and today I'm going to talk to you about go bags. A go bag is a 3-day supply of emergency provisions for you to be able to grab and go if you are asked to evacuate your home immediately. This go bag should be somewhere located where you can grab it immediately, by your door, somewhere super convenient, and everybody should be responsible for grabbing their own go bag. Now, your go bag is going to have food and water for 3 days. It's going to have copies of important documents like your deed of trust. It's also going to have life-saving medication if that's something that you take. That medication, you should have at least 3 days of this, as well as a copy of your prescription. So if you need to get it refilled, you can. A little bit of money is important too, as well as a change of clothing and other essential items so that if you have to leave your home immediately, you will be able to take care of you and your family. And now I'm going to show you what goes in a go bag. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things in your go bag. Be sure you include a first aid kit. In that first aid kit, remember, if you have life-saving medication, make sure you have a supply of that in your go bag along with your prescription. You need enough food and water for just 3 days. Remember, you need to carry this pack. Please don't try to put a full week's worth. That's for your shelter-in-place kit we'll talk about on another video. So you just need the bare essentials of food and water. Be sure to have a change of clothes, including a pair of good shoes. This is important because you may need to change clothes. You may have run out of the house in your pajamas. So you want to make sure you have something you can put on that'll keep you warm enough or cool enough depending on the season. Be sure to have a few personal items. You can get travel size things, or when yours is almost run out, throw that in your go bag and buy a new one. Don't spend a lot of money on these things. Make sure that it's right for you. Let me show you a Mylar blanket. This is essential in every go bag. They're very small, so you can tuck 1 or 2 in, so they're super handy to have. They're very inexpensive. You can buy them online. You can buy them at your local Army, Navy supply store, those types of places. But here's what it is. In that little teeny tiny bag, you have this gigantic Mylar blanket. Now you can use this to make a tent out of if you need to have shade covering if it's hot. Of course, you can always put it around you to keep you nice and warm. Additionally, make sure you have important documents. Have a copy of your ID. Have some money. Have, as we discussed, a copy of any prescriptions, as well as deeds of trust and other important documents that you might need and you may not be able to access immediately if something happens to your home. Make sure that you have a radio and some spare batteries that you change regularly. Depending on the situation, your cell phone may or may not be working. An AM/FM radio is one of the best ways to stay in touch and stay informed if you need to in an emergency. You also need to, of course, have a couple of plastic bags. Now these can be used for a lot of things. You can of course use a big garbage bag as a poncho. You can also use these if you need to take care of any personal needs. And of course, don't forget to always have sources of light and a nice pair of work gloves so that if you need to move some things out of the way, that type of thing, you don't injure yourself. Finally, bring something to do. If it's kids, bring them a game. If it's you, bring a book you've been dying to read. And be sure to just throw that in there because you could be gone from home for a day or 2 or 3, and you may need something to take your mind off what's going on. So now that we've talked about what's in your go bag, let's talk about where to keep it. Many people keep their go bags in the front hallway, especially during fire season, so they have easy access to it. Some people keep them right next to their bed. Others keep them in their garage. The important thing is for you to think about this and think about where is the easiest and most reliable place that you can grab that go bag and leave immediately if you're asked to evacuate. Now, keep in mind that you have perishable items in your go bag that you'll need to replace at least once a year, but I'd like to recommend twice a year because that makes it easy to remember. You can replace your items that are perishable in your go bag every time you change your clocks, and that's an easy way to remember how to refresh your go bag on a regular basis. I'd like to also recommend that you think about a car emergency kit that's just a 24-hour kit. Now, if you're keeping your go bag in your car, completely disregard this. But if not, if you happen to be caught out in your car or away from your home and unable to return when disaster strikes, it would be great to have just 1 day's worth of supplies to get you where you need to go to reunite with your family. So now that we've talked more about go bags, and now that you know what goes in a go bag, I challenge you to please get started. Go to the store, buy some supplies, find an old backpack, and get your go bag together today.
We all know that you need to have a ready kit for yourself and everybody in the family, and that includes your animals, your pets, your horses, your sheep, your goats, your fish, whatever you have, your animals are part of the family, and you should have a ready kit, preferably more than one if you have a herd, that has everything you need for your animals.
I have an N95 mask in my go bag. I've taken pictures and have filed our important documents in the cloud rather than having to think about if I have them packed in the go bags.
And the number one thing that I just purchased was a backup battery. Because I have hearing aids, and if I don't have some way to charge my hearing aids, I'm not going to be able to hear what's going on.
I love my cable bag. This has USB-C cables in it for charging data banks that can recharge your phone 5, 6, 7 times. The solar panel that I can recharge all of that stuff with.
We had a go bag, and we're a family of 4. The bags were too small for our family, so we decided to actually make a preparedness box.